My friends in high school and junior high were all child actors, like my best friends. And they were working child actors, some that you might have heard of, some that you've seen before, and
Mm.
and so reflecting on all of that, I was looking for something to do, and I had an easy path, which I thought was acting,
Uh,
and I had a harder path, which was getting out there and maybe joining the military or doing. We were just middle class people.
Hi, I'm Alex DeLerma, and this is the Cinema Gym. The Cinema Gym is all about helping you transition from the stage to the screen.
Should I become an actor?
You're laughing because I just told you the topic. Mark Adair-Rios,
Howdy, brother.
my brother.
Nice to see you.
Wow, we go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your IMDb page, it's hilarious because, you just keep scrolling forever, And I'll be watching TV. It's Eddie Murphy movie. There's Mark. You work with a lot of Jim Carrey. Oh, there's Mark.
Hey, man.
It's amazing, dude.
I thought I was going to be James Dean, and I ended up being a character actor. Which James Dean was arguably a character actor in his own way, too.
No, but that's how we see ourselves as actors. And when I first came to Hollywood, too, and I saw myself for the first time on camera, and I went, wait, I'm better looking than that. Come on. What did they do? Where's the lens? The Tom Cruise lens? No? I thought, well, yeah. But
when I had the good hair, things were going well. And then there was a time when the hair went away. I was like, you know what? I got to shave. I got to preempt this. I got to shave it.
Bruce Willis made it cool.
Yeah,
it's all good.
That's exactly it.
You are the Latino Bruce Willis, by the way. I wanted to talk to you about the next topic. Should I become an actor? When do you know if you should become an actor? That's a question that I struggled with. And I'm glad I went down that road because that journey took me to where I eventually landed with filmmaking, film studies instructor, acting coach. What was that journey like for you?
So I actually grew up in Los Angeles.
You're from LA.
From LA.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, my mother actually worked on some of the lots. She was just a secretary, but she worked with producers and things like that. So I had an exposure to film sets and things like that.
So
early on,
is it safe to say it wasn't a scary dream for you because you're living in a company town?
Yeah. We're in the industry. A lot of people like growing up. My friends in high school and junior high were all child actors, like my best friends. And they were working child actors, some that you might have heard of, some that you've seen before. And so reflecting on all of that, I was looking for something to do. And I had an easy path, which I thought was acting. And I had a harder path, which was getting out there and maybe joining the military or doing. We were just middle class people.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, God, I saw what my friends had. They had money. And these are 16, 17-year-olds. They had money. They had girls, all that stuff. I'm like, I'll do that. And so my best friend, he's like, I'll manage you. I'll introduce you to, he's like 17. I'll manage you, man. And so I never gave him any commissions, but he introduced me to his agent. It was one of the biggest child agents in town.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough that I looked like I was, when I was, 18, 19, I looked like I was 15, 16. Very, very lucky.
What's your superpower?
Well, when I started, I was the sensitive gang member.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we're talking about persona, right?
Yeah. Just in terms of that. So when I first got in, and so that was an easy choice. I was the sensitive gang member. I had good hair. And then I got a commercial agent.
Mm-hmm.
And then that just took off because I got my first commercial. I've made money.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll do this forever. And that's how it started. But 2 years in, I really figured it out. And you were there with me in that journey because we did a play called Thanksgiving Prize. Yeah. And I knew some theater, you know what I mean? But this was theater. And I had some moments on stage where I connected with the audience in a way that crystallized that whole acting thing for me. And that was it. I was on my way.
So is it safe to say, even though your entry was unconventional because you're a kid living in a company town, Tinseltown. But that wasn't real acting. Then once you caught the bug
100%.
from this play that we did that must have gone on for about 2 years.
Easily.
Um,
And I was working. Remember, when we started that play, I was off shooting a film in Miami. I was off doing, then I came back.
During Thanksgiving Cries, you and Vince booked Encino Man.
Yeah, and then we booked Encino Man.
What's his name? The comedian. Mitzi Shore's son.
Pauly Shore.
Yeah. Wasn't Pauly Shore in that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this topic, I thought of this topic because if you don't live in a big town, if you live in a rural setting, as I grew up in, an agricultural community, and in the culture, Mexican families in general aren't talking to each other and go, I think we should really, you'd be a good host or a comedic actor or a serious dramatic actor. We didn't have those conversations about the arts or entertainment. So when I got bitten by the bug the way you did, and then once I got on stage, it was like this. And so then I started having these dreams of, what if I went to Hollywood? That was the scariest thing to a kid who's growing up in the sticks and then not even wanting to say it out loud to somebody. Do you think I could be an actor? And then finding one guy from our high school who went to school with one of my older brothers and tracking him down in Hollywood on the phone and calling him and go, yeah, you're on the Incredible Hulk. And so you're real. And, it's a real scary thing. But it's so funny when I look back and think like, this town is no different. It's denser population and there's more traffic. So but there are people here who will help you figure it out.
100%.
There's so much generosity in this town, especially when you are young. You are forgiven for your ignorance, and there are people who are now our age, right? Yeah. Who are more than happy to share their wisdom.
This is the way I look at it. The first thing you got to do is, you mentioned reaching out and trying to get advice from some people. You have to get advice from people, especially if you're younger. But you also have to know yourself. I believe that no matter where you are, you're either going to do it early or you're going to do it late.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever age you are, it could be in your 60s or, if your spirit is like, it is.
Yeah.
If your spirit is there, you are actually going to put it on the line at some point.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not you get scared or you fail or what, and how you deal with that is a whole different thing. When your spirit is there, the first thing you must do is find your community, find your tribe.
For people who may not understand or relate to you saying finding your spirit, could we say that another way to say it would be your calling or that inner voice?
Yeah, actually listening to your inner voice.
Yeah.
Noticing the signs. And some people have it strong, and they, their parents always look back and go, oh, she was always a clown, or they were always performing little plays and things like. You always hear those stories. Yeah. I didn't do any of that crap.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once I locked in, I was like, oh yeah, this is what it was.
Yeah.
This is what it was. All this. You know what I mean?
You said something really valuable, which is that you're going to get there sooner or later. Or the third thing is, you'll never test the waters. Mm-hmm. And then you live in a state of regret.
100%.
So I think that's a not to end on a downer, but really the message we're saying, and you articulated it perfectly. Listen to your inner, and even it doesn't mean you have to move to New York or Los Angeles or Atlanta. Joining the community theater.
Find your tribe.
That is, we didn't have a movie theater, but we had a little community theater group, and for me, that's where I got my feet wet. And then when I'd survey friends and family and I would beg them to be brutal and honest with me, they'd say, of course you should be doing that. Can't you see that?
Yeah, totally. And acting is doing. You're going to get in class and people are going to say acting is, is doing.
Acting is doing.
Well, do it. Start. Go. So.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for visiting the Cinema Gym. If these videos are helping you and you want to see some more, please like, subscribe, comment. Let's keep this thing going. If you're interested in classes, seminars, or private coaching, you can visit the website. Hope to see you in the gym soon.
thecinemagym.com for virtual one-on-one coaching for camera.